Before we get into today's video, I just want to send my love and hugs to anyone dealing with mental health and is too embarrassed or scared or ashamed to be judged or looked at any differently, because I am one person that can say, yes, it is very hard to come out and say your struggles to somebody. But just know talking to somebody will make it 20 million times better. And you deserve to be here. You are loved. And we are all here for one another. Enjoy. Hi everyone, my name is Carly Garcia, and today me and my fellow group members are going to be talking about a very, very important topic that is not talked about enough, and that is the stigma with mental health in college students. At first glance, you wouldn't be able to tell that I suffer from 4 to 5 mental health disorders, but that's because mental health doesn't have a picture perfect image, and I'm clearly one of them. For a little background, I am a victim of sexual assault. I have been diagnosed with 4, I believe, mental health disorders. They include major depression disorder, anxiety, PTSD, insomnia, and ADHD. This was really hard to deal with, especially being a lot older, trying to navigate my way into living my day as normally as I possibly could. And being diagnosed with this hasn't made me any different. I live my life the same, I look the same, and that's what a lot of people get wrong. People are associated with being called crazy, lunatics, emotionally unstable. Well, the emotionally unstable part might be true. It's not the whole story. A lot of college students don't seek mental health help because they feel ashamed or they feel embarrassed because of this stigma that has been created in today's society. And me and my fellow group members are here to talk to you and to explain to you why it is this way, more into detail, and what we need to do as a community and as students to make sure we are taking care of our mental health, taking care of each other, and making sure we are all safe and comfortable in any environment we are in.
Mental health is essential to our well-being as students and should be treated as seriously as physical health, because ignoring invisible psychological struggles can be just as harmful as neglecting physical illnesses. Raising awareness helps reduce stigma and encourages people to seek support. Mental health stigma discourages college students and young adults from seeking professional support. Many college students avoid counseling services for anxiety, depression, stress, and other emotional difficulties because the fear of judgment, negative labels, and being seen as weak creates a stigma that becomes a major barrier in seeking help. Sinduja 2024, Pedrelli 2023. College students often delay or avoid mental health treatment because of the stigma. This leads to their symptoms often worsening, increasing emotional distress, reducing overall well-being, and preventing many from seeking a formal support that they need. CHUS 2024. The stigma surrounding mental health negatively affects academic performance and social functioning. Students often hide their mental health struggles to avoid being misunderstood, which leads to isolation, reduced classroom participation, and a weakened support system, and greater difficulty seeking treatment openly. Shannon House 2019. Untreated mental health concerns leads to a decreased concentration, lower motivation, poor attendance, and difficulty maintaining healthy relationships, which creates long-term consequences for both academic success and personal development. Pedrelli 2023, CHUS 2024. This change does not start with the mental health clinics, the government, or our parents. It starts with us and a simple, "Are you okay?" You can be the reason why somebody feels safe, or even why they give life another shot.
Now that we have seen how stigma around mental health can be eliminated and replaced by empathy and a sense of solidarity, we can visualize what a college community with a healthy perception of mental health would look like and how we can start acting to get there. Imagine a world where we coexist in a supportive college environment, where any conversations about mental health are never seen as invalid, shameful, or abnormal. Students in our community would feel safe, speaking about their struggles without constantly worrying about judgment or humiliation. Our classmates, peers, professors, and even staff would strengthen their support systems by checking in with acquaintances and encouraging conversations. Now, picture your academic performance improving significantly because you are receiving the support you need. Students would be able to concentrate and work effectively during class time, as well as complete assignments in a timely and proper manner, as they would have learned how to manage stress and anxiety better. This is supported by a group of researchers including Jiang Wusang, Peng Chun, and Chen Chen, who in their article, Mental Health and Academic Performance of College Students, Knowledge in the Field of Mental Health, Self-Control, and Learning in College from 2024, affirmed that reductions in levels of stress, depression, and anxiety were accompanied by improvements in their academic performance. Through this information, we are looking forward to encouraging you and your peers to engage in open conversations about mental health, starting with the people you trust the most, because the stigma can be effectively eliminated by talking openly with friends, classmates, counselors, and other members of our community. These simple conversations can easily create safe spaces where support is provided for those who need it, without any judgment. We would also like to ask you to help us promote the resources that UTEP offers, like the Department of Counseling and Psychological Services, tools like Timely Care, and emergency hotlines. For this, we have created a banner for you to share. In conclusion, mental health is just as important as physical health because ignoring emotional struggles can be just as harmful, and awareness helps reduce stigma and encourage support. Stigma around mental health keeps students from expressing their troubles, and these accumulated feelings lead to academic struggle. Shame around it can be eliminated by spreading awareness and creating safe spaces for students to speak openly about mental health, and that is why we seek to persuade students to communicate, share their thoughts, and encourage others to seek help.